If you're a fan of House of the Dragon, you're in for a treat. Today, we're diving into the tumultuous life of Maegor the Cruel, a figure as fascinating as he is fearsome, and a key ancestor to the Targaryen dynasty we see in House of the Dragon. Understanding Maegor's story gives us deeper insight into the complex and often brutal legacy of House Targaryen. Maegor's journey from the Prince of Dragonstone to one of the most notorious rulers in Westerosi history is filled with intrigue, ambition, and bloodshed. Maegor, infamously known as Maegor the Cruel, was the son of King Aegon the Conqueror Targaryen and Queen Visenya. His brutal reign, characterized by relentless violence and ruthless policies, left a lasting mark on Westeros and shaped the legacy of the Targaryen family. In this video, we'll explore Maegor's rise to power, his reign of terror, and the impact he had on the realm, a story that helps us understand the complexities of the Targaryen lineage in House of the Dragon. Let's start at the beginning. Are you ready to uncover his story? Maegor, known as the Prince of Dragonstone, was introduced to the sword at an early age. Queen Visenya put a sword into her son's hand when he was 3. Visenya, one of Aegon the Conqueror's sister wives, was a formidable warrior, often wielding the Valyrian steel sword Dark Sister. She rode the dragon Vhagar and played a crucial role in her son Maegor's upbringing, instilling in him a fierce and ruthless ambition. This early exposure to combat foreshadowed his future in warfare and conquest. Despite dark rumors, such as the one about him butchering a castle cat to assert his dominance, Maegor's love for swordplay and martial prowess became evident early on. His mother ensured he was trained by the best, starting with Sir Gawain Corbray, a renowned knight of the Seven Kingdoms known for his deadly swordsmanship. In contrast, Maegor's elder half-brother, Prince Aenys, grew up differently. Born to Aegon the Conqueror's younger wife, Rhaenys, who was beloved for her grace and her dragon, Meraxes, Aenys was initially weak and sickly, often bedridden during his early years. His health significantly improved after bonding with his dragon, Quicksilver, which boosted his confidence and physical strength. Aenys, known for his charm, musical talent, and amiability, lacked Maegor's ferocity and martial prowess. From a young age, Maegor showed a capacity for extreme violence. At 8, when a horse kicked him, he responded by stabbing the horse to death and maiming the stable boy who tried to intervene. The Prince of Dragonstone had many companions through the years, but no true friends. He was a quarrelsome boy, quick to take offense, slow to forgive, fearsome in his wrath. By 13, he received the Valyrian steel blade, Dark Sister, from his mother, a legendary Valyrian steel sword known for its sharpness and strength. As Maegor grew, his ambitions and ruthlessness solidified. His initial comfort zone on Dragonstone was not peaceful, but a training ground for a future ruler known as Maegor the Cruel. This phase of his life set the stage for his relentless pursuit of power and a legacy written in blood. Despite his sword skills and formidable presence, Maegor's ambitions extended far beyond his island stronghold. He wanted to prove himself superior to his elder half-brother Aenys and claim his rightful place in the Targaryen dynasty. Maegor sought the approval of his mother, Queen Visenya, and his father, King Aegon the Conqueror, the first Targaryen king who unified the 7 kingdoms of Westeros with his dragons and established the Targaryen dynasty. More importantly, he yearned for a destiny matching his perceived potential. While Aenys, with his charm and diplomatic nature, was groomed as the heir apparent, Maegor saw his strengths in warfare and leadership as more fitting for the Iron Throne. His desire to rule became consuming, fueled by his mother's whispers of his destiny and his belief in his right to power. Maegor's marriage to Cerys Hightower was intended to strengthen political alliances, but it failed to satisfy his deeper cravings. Cerys did not bear him a child, and the union did little to elevate his status. His dissatisfaction grew, reflecting his deeper need for a legacy and respect. Maegor's need intensified when his father died, and Aenys ascended the throne. Aenys's reign, marked by indecision and weakness, fueled Maegor's disdain for his brother's rule. He believed the realm needed a strong, decisive leader, not a hesitant and cautious Aenys. This belief drove Maegor to assert his claim and fulfill the role he felt destined to occupy. Maegor's need evolved from a desire for recognition to a broader ambition to reshape Targaryen rule. His dissatisfaction with the status quo and relentless drive set the stage for his rise to power, marking the beginning of a bloody quest to fulfill his perceived destiny. Determined to gain power and recognition, Maegor took bold actions. His marriage to Cerys Hightower had not provided him with the legitimacy he craved, so he decided to seize control aggressively. In 39 AC, Maegor shocked the realm by announcing that Lady Cerys was barren and took a second wife, Alis Haraway, without the king's approval or the blessing of the faith. This controversial move marked Maegor as a radical and ruthless player in Westeros. The High Septon, the spiritual leader of the Faith of the Seven, a dominant religion in Westeros, denounced the marriage as sinful and illegitimate. This act strained the relationship between the Targaryens and the faith, leading to significant conflict with the faith militant, the military orders of the religion, such as the warriors' sons and the poor fellows. In 40 AC, Maegor was exiled by King Aenys and left for Pentos, one of the free cities across the Narrow Sea, immersing himself in the mercenary culture. He forged alliances with powerful figures and returned to Westeros, with Alis and Tiana of the Tower, a notorious sorceress and poisoner, solidifying his reputation as a formidable force. With Aenys's death in 42 AC, Queen Visenya flew to Pentos on her dragon Maegor, one of the 3 dragons used by Aegon the Conqueror, and brought Maegor back to Dragonstone. Emboldened by his exile and his mother's unwavering support, Maegor claimed the Iron Throne upon his return, bypassing the lawful heir Aenys's son, Aegon. Maegor donned his father's crown and wielded Blackfire, the ancestral sword of House Targaryen, symbolizing his unyielding claim and readiness to rule through strength and fear. Maegor's return to Westeros was marked by a brutal consolidation of power. He quelled rebellions with ruthless efficiency, executing opponents and demolishing the faith militant, the military orders of the Faith of the Seven, which included the warriors' sons and the poor fellows. His infamous Trial of Seven, a rare and deadly form of trial by combat where he personally defeated the faith's champions, further cemented his dominance and sent a clear message that his rule would not be challenged. Maegor's actions plunged him into a divided and hostile realm. His ascent to the throne was not met with unanimous support. Instead, he faced widespread dissent. His reign was characterized by continuous strife, as he battled not just for the Iron Throne, but for the soul of Westeros. Maegor's entry into this uncharted territory marked the beginning of a reign remembered for its brutality and quest for power. With the Iron Throne under his control, Maegor faced continuous challenges. His initial steps involved eradicating the faith militant, outlawing the warriors' sons, an order of knights sworn to the Faith of the Seven, and the Poor Fellows, a peasant militia of the faith, and launching devastating attacks on their strongholds. His brutal actions showcased his determination to eliminate threats to his sovereignty. Despite his success, Maegor faced other challenges. His harsh methods earned widespread fear but little loyalty. He realized the necessity of securing political alliances and undertook a series of strategic marriages. Maegor married Alis Harroway and Tiana of the Tower, using their influence and connections to strengthen his position. He later took additional wives, including Jaina Westerling, Eleanor Costane, and his niece Rhaena Targaryen, aiming to unite various noble houses and solidify his rule through strategic alliances. However, Maegor's reign remained unstable. His inability to produce a male heir deepened the crisis. Each stillbirth and malformed child undermined his legitimacy, leading to increased opposition. His reliance on Tiana's dark arts bred mistrust within his court. As rebellion brewed, Maegor intensified efforts to root out traitors. His reign was marked by purges, torture, and execution, driving many lords and small folk into his rivals' arms. Maegor's struggle for dominance involved battles within the halls of power, where plots and conspiracies abounded. Maegor's search for stability led him deeper into tyranny and fear. His reliance on Tiana's sorcery deepened his paranoia and hastened his downfall. The final betrayal came from within his court, as rumors of Tiana's treachery drove him to execute her, further isolating him. Maegor's final confrontation with Jaehaerys, supported by powerful houses like the Baratheons and Valerians, marked the ultimate realization of his diminishing power. Despite efforts to rally supporters, Maegor's forces were outnumbered and demoralized. In desperation, Maegor attempted to solidify his rule through force, but his efforts were in vain. Maegor's tragic end came in the Red Keep, the imposing royal castle in King's Landing, constructed by Maegor to symbolize his power and ensure his safety. Paranoid about potential threats, he ordered the execution of all builders upon its completion to keep its secrets secure, further isolating himself and breeding mistrust among his subjects. Found dead on the Iron Throne, his body pierced by its blades, his death was shrouded in mystery. Some believed it was suicide, others speculated assassination. His death marked the end of his brutal reign and the beginning of a new era under Jaehaerys I Targaryen. With Maegor's death, the Seven Kingdoms began to heal. Jaehaerys the Targaryen's ascension brought peace, justice, and rebuilding. His first actions involved dismantling Maegor's legacies, restoring the faith, and mending relationships between the crown and its people. Jaehaerys re-established the rule of law and introduced numerous reforms aimed at healing the realm. He sought to unite the kingdoms under a banner of peace and prosperity, restoring trust in the monarchy. His efforts included rebuilding King's Landing and the Red Keep, transforming them from symbols of fear into beacons of stability and justice. Jaehaerys encouraged the telling of Maegor's cruelty, ensuring future generations remembered the horrors of unchecked power. The lessons learned from Maegor's rule reshaped the Targaryen dynasty. The importance of wise leadership became a central tenet. Maegor's legacy served as a cautionary tale, and the realm emerged stronger and more united. The end of Maegor the Cruel's reign marked a transformation for the Seven Kingdoms. Jaehaerys' ascension brought a new era defined by peace, justice, and rebuilding. The brutal lessons of Maegor's tyranny reshaped the Targaryen approach to rule. The kingdom embraced a renewed commitment to law, order, and compassion. Under Jaehaerys' wise leadership, the Seven Kingdoms emerged stronger and more united. Maegor's legacy served as a reminder of the perils of absolute power and the importance of justice. This change, driven by a collective will to heal and rebuild, ushered in a golden age of prosperity and peace. Thanks for joining us on this journey through history. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more epic tales from Westeros.